Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a few entertainment news for you today, but before we get into that, I want to thank my newest member of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much to Ori Golden. I hope I said that correctly, but please let me know if I didn't. Ori Golden, thank you so much for joining as a member of the Ping Pong Flix Show. And also thank you to all the subscribers and members as well. All right, let's get into the first topic. The first topic of the day is Paddington 3 officially in the works. What? Okay, so this is a movie series that I've watched and actually enjoyed Paddington 1, and I also enjoyed Paddington 2. And surprisingly so. Like even the first one, I was like surprised. At that time, the kids wanted to see it. We went to theaters, and I was thinking I was gonna be sitting bored here. Maybe I can hide looking at my phone or something. But I was like, oh, I kind of enjoy this. It's sad that his parents died the way they died, but like it was a very enjoyable movie. And then Paddington 2 came out, and that was enjoyable as well. A lot of great cast of characters in it. And now they're making a 3. So absolutely, this is one of those things that it's kind of goes under the radar. But when it comes out, you can't help but enjoy this bear here. So it's a new entry. There's not much here, but it's all in active development. It says representatives from the Studio Canal to Variety. And inside that article, there's really nothing much more than the actual information that is provided right here, that Paddington 3 is officially in the works. All right. The next topic is going a little bit into Marvel. Apparently, there's a scoop here from Inverse.com that Danny Elfman is coming back, guys. Danny Elfman. Yes, the one Batman theme, Danny Elfman, is coming back. Danny Elfman will team up with longtime collaborator Sam Raimi to score Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So this is an exclusive from them. And I gotta tell you, when that interview came out about Justice League, and they were talking about how, did you do something different with the Batman theme and things like that? And he said, no, because there's only one Batman theme, my Batman theme. And pretty much that's the only Batman theme around, disregarding what Hans did, disregarding what Junkie XL did. So I was taken aback by that ego that he had there. Even Hans Zimmer knew that, he provided a Batman theme for Christian Bale's Batman, so he gave the music for Batman's theme over to Junkie XL to do, because he felt that, he would only be, to fit the style of Zack Snyder, and for a new Batman, they should have a new Batman theme for a new Batman. And he didn't want to create that because he did it for Christian Bale, so he gave that over to Junkie XL. There is a bit of that. I thought composers have that kind of thing where we want to not trample over someone else's style, not try to recreate something using your own theme, but try to create something new for that character. And so one of the things, just like Joss Whedon coming in, Danny Elfman coming in, they threw away Junkie XL score, and he tried to get his own score in a movie style that really isn't fit for a Danny Elfman Batman. It really isn't. I mean, his one, like if they made another Michael Keaton Batman movie, then of course bring back the Danny Elfman score, because that was awesome. So, but I'm glad that he's going to do Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because I think Doctor Strange could use a whimsical type of thing, use a Danny Elfman in it. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, the score, I don't even know who did the first movie, but I don't remember if Doctor Strange had a theme or not. A lot of times you can remember there's a theme song. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man clearly had a theme. They even had an intro theme, and it's stuck in your head for all 3 movies. Like, that was Danny Elfman. So if he gets a chance to do that for Doctor Strange, then I'm all in. And also, by having Danny Elfman and Sam Raimi in a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, why am I doing this? Multiverse of Madness, I'm willing to bet that Tobey Maguire may even show up for this movie as Spider-Man 2 as well. So that's very interesting. But Danny Elfman's back, and he's scoring for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. By the way, for Marvel, the new WandaVision episode is coming out tonight, and I'll definitely have a review for you tomorrow morning for anybody who's interested. All right. Sad news now for the Batman. The Batman apparently has been delayed again. Yes, the Batman is hit by delays again as Robert Pattinson's stunt double tests positive for coronavirus. Boy. Now, it says here the actor stuntman and his bubble have to now isolate for 10 days, making it the third time the coronavirus has impacted this production of the Batman. Now, I know there's been rumors circling around about Robert Pattinson like having sex with Zoe Kravitz, and Matt Reeves, the director, finding out. Those are kind of like the rumors or possible behind the scenes drama. And now with this delay, I know a lot of people are going to say this is the front for what's going on in the background. Is that true? I don't know, but I still think the movie's going to come out, and maybe we'll learn a little bit more of whatever happened. But it's still sad to see another production get hit by coronavirus, and this is the third time for the Batman. So hopefully they get that up and running pretty soon, in that 10 days, and no more of this. I mean, it would happen, but you try not. They try not to happen, right? So unfortunately, the Batman has been delayed again. Speaking about the Batman, it seems like for every movie that's coming out from Warner Brothers in terms of DC, they're going to make a spin-off series. So as we all know, the Batman will have a spin-off series called Gotham PD, and the Illuminati is learning that they've got a lowdown on the two lead characters and their connections to the Batman. So this is coming from the Illuminati. The Gotham City PD series is currently looking for its two lead characters, both of whom we have descriptions for. The lead female character is Black, 35 to 45 years old, and a former detective who becomes the new Gotham District Attorney. The male lead is a 30 to 40-year-old white police detective who works for Commissioner James Gordon. So it's not going to be Commissioner James Gordon who's being the lead character. They also know that the show is confirmed to tie directly into the Matt Reeves Batman and will begin shooting in summer of 2021. And this is their guess for who those characters are. This is Illuminati's guess, not an official thing. Looking at who the two leads may be, the most likely guesses are Marcus Driver and Janice Porter from Gotham Central. Both characters have a rich history in the Cape Crusaders comic run, and they should be interesting heroes to center the new HBO Max series on. Now, at least for this, it will be an interesting kind of a police drama and solving crime here and there within the context of Gotham. I think that would be pretty awesome. Willing to see what that would be like. Imagine Law and Order, I guess, in Gotham City, and maybe with the occasional, not too much. We want to go too much like in Gotham to have the regular villains and heroes show up, but I can imagine that could happen, a little here and there. I guess depending on how long this series is. All right. Speaking of DC series coming to HBO Max, and there's a lot of DC news. I'm not kidding you. That's why I threw in the Paddington there, because that's like really the only thing aside from Mortal Kombat that came out today. So Mortal Kombat, by the way, I did a trailer reaction to that. I also did a trailer breakdown for that. So please go check out those two videos. But mostly DC today. Peacemaker on HBO Max is in production. So they finally got an official Twitter account called DC Peacemaker. Not too many followers so far, but people are. It just started today. It's Peacemaker, and he's coming to HBO Max. #Peacemaker. So you see the entire cast there. You see John Cena, Peacemaker there. Then you also see James Gunn here. The only one wearing the mask. But yeah, he's there. They're taking pictures of their first production, and they're ready to go. So James Gunn had some pictures to show of what they're filming, but he put his hand covering most of the image, so it's like, oh well, what's the point in sharing that? But they're definitely in production now, and they're ready to go for this little spin-off series from James Gunn's very own The Suicide Squad. So for Peacemaker fans, be happy. They're finally beginning. All right. Talking about DC further, let's get into some Zack Snyder stuff because, he's the talk of the town. He is, so anything posts, it just trends like crazy. So DC Comics apparently declined Zack Snyder's Robin and Joker mini comic run pitch. Now, we kind of talked about this. I think Zack even talked a little bit about this on Deck the Halls of Justice with Film Junkie and I, and so on and so forth. But this is coming from Snyder Cut Brazil. I believe it was, Snyder Cut Brazil YouTube, and that was that video I shared yesterday. So if you didn't get to check it out, they're pulling pieces of information from this, and these different sites are covering it now. So in terms of that Robin and Joker miniseries, he says, we talked about doing I guess it would be DC. They decided not to do it. But we did talk about doing a mini kind of comic book run on the death of Robin, right? And what happened, how Joker killed Robin and what it did to Batman and started him down this darker road that ended, kind of culminated with the arrival of Superman. So that would have been a cool prequel to BVS. Like right before the chopper landed, they had this whole story of Batman dealing with Joker killing Robin and stuff like that. That's why he's a lot more angry. It explains all that. Why didn't they do that? I don't know. Jim Lee, why didn't they do that? Why? That would have been cool to see. Unless they're going to do a live action version of it later on. Then that's cool too. I would love to see that. And Jared Leto will probably be happy to do that, and having a prequel to BVS. So yes, on all honesty, I would love to see a live action version of that. Why not get a spin-off prequel to Batman v Superman, and it ends right when he gets in the chopper because something just came out of the sky, and it's the Black Zero event. So I think that would be an awesome prequel. Definitely, if not, let's do that comic run. I don't understand why anybody would say no to that. There's so much different Elseworlds and prequel runs, but I guess they couldn't find a team to get together to do that, from what I understand from what people have said. I don't see why not. Like, I honestly don't see why not. I would love to see that prequel and see how that comes across. But like I said, if any chance, maybe he can throw it in, Justice League 2, right? Speaking about Justice League 2, well, actually not yet, but we're getting there. Zack Snyder explains Black Suit Superman, and this is actually coming from the Illuminati. But, it's been reported from iMinute who are that YouTube video was that, interview with Zack Snyder, Soups Batsy. They had a nice interview and great one, so please check that out. But like I said, they're pulling out all these different stories, different topics from those videos, and definitely covering them in these news as a news. But in terms of and I think Zack Snyder has already explained the black suit many times already. But for the people who keep asking, well, why is it a black suit? Is it like the comics and stuff like that? This is the definitive answer right here. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, however, it seems that the black suit will serve a different purpose, right? It's interesting also, too, because, the black suit, because you can say in modern Krypton, when he left, everyone was wearing black suits, mostly, So it's sort of linked to, in some ways, to the old world. I think it's more direct relationship to his family. It's kind of like, so in his words, I'd say it's a thematic thing. It's like him going back to his core, going back to his origins when he's reborn again, through Krypton's history, right? So, and he goes on further. The blue suit is his suit of a hero, the suit of his destiny, where the black suit is his more personal in a lot of ways. One is outward and one is inward. And I think that those things are the expression of that. Let's put it this way. It was always my intention that the larger arc of the movies was to realize that more completely. Larger arc of the movies. But I think you get a sense of it here. So you get a sense of that larger arc because after the black suit Justice League 2 or 3, he's going to get into the blue suit again. In fact, when he's evil, he's in a blue suit. So he's definitely going to have that blue suit. It was always meant to go that route. The black suit was like he's reborn. He's going back to his origin. He's, in a way, it's a more direct relationship to his family and stuff. So I totally understand that. It's pretty awesome. It's a lot more depth than just saying, it's a suit for recovery or something like that. But in any case, it's definitely a black suit. And there's the reason why it's a black suit. But because we're talking about the black suit a little bit, I want to share with you Weta Workshop. We've suited up and joined the Snyder Cut. Get your first glimpse of our Superman in the making, resurrected in 1/4 scale. 1/4 scale. He'll be fully revealed in a few short weeks. Sign up to be the first to know when heroes and villains land. And you can go ahead and sign up here. You know what? I never clicked on it. Let's click on it. Let's see what happens with this. Collectibles soon, so there's not much there, but you can definitely show your put your email down so they can notify you. Collectibles. This is the black suit Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oh, awesome! Finally, we're getting collectibles. Come on, how long is this going to take? What's the process? I don't know. I don't even know how much this is gonna be. It's probably gonna be expensive, but he looks pretty awesome. Look at that detail. Look at that. That's like you can. He's almost gonna laser me right now. Just look at that. But it's so cool and it's so awesome. Hopefully, this is available worldwide. Unlike how HBO Max is going on right now. But definitely, this is an awesome looking picture here. Looks great. Looks fantastic. I love it. I don't know. Let's see if I can afford it or not. I got to see how much that thing costs. But that's awesome. All right. Now, since we're talking about Justice League 2, a little bit. Let's just go into it. Zack Snyder, he revealed today something pretty cool. And this is Pre-Vis for Zack Snyder's Justice League right here. So I'm going to play it to you. I don't know if the sound's going to get me copyrighted, but you notice it's a sequence that says Themyscira fight here. And it's when Steppenwolf comes over to Themyscira. So that's where, and we saw some of this Pre-Vis. It was a lot. Some of it was leaked out so that we can truly appreciate that it's the OG Steppenwolf that comes down, fighting with the parademons, and they're fighting the Amazons and stuff like that. Really cool. Can you imagine that? We've only seen Pre-Vis of this stuff, especially the parts that were cut out. Like we're gonna get to see the actual thing, like really soon, like in a month, right? That's awesome. I can't wait to see the full thing. And there was a lot of Pre-Vis for this Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I wanna share with you something here. And when Zack said it's been a long road look at the date on this Pre-Vis, I remember working with this guys on this. And I'm wondering, okay, why is he sharing this? So I get it, maybe he's looking back and it's just remembering, it's been a long road. Look when we started doing this, and look how far we've come. That I can understand. It's like, oh, he just want to share something like that because he's able to, talk about it more freely now, right? And the other thing I was thinking, maybe he's just showing that, look, I've planned this for so long. It definitely, it's not something we just reshot, because some people were saying, oh, Zack just reshot the whole movie, which is stupid. But he definitely has planned this for a long time. But look at the date. December 10th of 2015. That's before Batman v Superman came out in March, right? And so when I'm staring at the date. December 10th, 2015. And my tinfoil hat just is burning. It's like shaking on the shelf because Russ Barnes, that power, I'm not giving it back. But it's shaking, and I'm like wondering, and I'm probably going too far. But then again, sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss. But according to Zack Snyder, a lot of it was a hit. But definitely, December 10th, 2015, he was already making Pre-Vis for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow, interesting. So I'm wondering now, could Zack Snyder have Pre-Vis ready for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2? Let's think about this for a second. So, at the Art Center, he was talking about how they never shot Justice League 2 and 3. You know, they never shot it, right? They never got to shoot the scary, hard idea, whatever. And I would believe that's the nightmare vision and everything, right? They did get to shoot like 3 minutes of it or 3 or 4 minutes of it, recently. But for the most part, Justice League 2, that whole thing was not shot. But that doesn't mean it wasn't planned, right? Now, we know Jim Lee probably storyboarded everything, right? He storyboarded from 1 to 3. They got it all visually down. I'm sure Zach even has it visually down in one of those black tomes because he's a visual guy. He was talking about Justice League 2 or 3, pretty much what happens as if he can see it in his head. And as a director, a visual director like himself, he's probably has drawn it already. What I didn't think is that I thought they were doing, I know they're doing Pre-Vis before Batman v Superman, but I wonder how extensive that was. Because at this point in time, I think from the Art Center, he said that the studio, after the reception of Batman v Superman, the studio decided to go in a different direction. So before, if all this was Pre-Vis before Batman v Superman came out, and the reception after that, could he have already gotten the team to Pre-Vis the other Justice League movie as well, just as a visual? Because at that time, he was probably in mind that he was probably going to do Justice League 2 and 3, right? Because the studio never really, they intervened in BVS, but they never truly intervened in Justice League until the reception, until BVS came out. The Pre-Vis already, they were already doing Pre-Vis in 2015. How far did they get? So I'm thinking, if all goes well, Zack Snyder's Justice League is a hit, which I think it will. He's already prepped, Pre-Vis ready. He's got storyboard. He's got everything together. Maybe not the script. You never know. Maybe Chris Terrell's working on it right now. I don't know. But definitely, he's got Pre-Vis of that. Maybe Justice League is prepped to ready to go once Zack Snyder's Justice League is hit. Once they get the green light, it just needs to be filmed, right? I don't know. So that's me, tinfoil going off on there. I'm going nuts over it, but I'm just staring at that date and I'm like, wow, he had that ready in 2015, December 10 of 2015. I wonder how much they worked on it, because that means the storyboard of what had done before. They had drawn it all out before, and they started doing Pre-Vis, to prep and ready to go for Justice League before Batman v Superman came out. Before the studio said, nah, delete, it looks like they had a lot more ready before they presented that idea to the studio. So I don't know. I'm just thinking that may be the case here. But we'll find out, I guess, when Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out, and it's all up to us to make sure it becomes a big hit. All right, let's get into the Ping Pong Flix members' comments and questions. Like I said, if you want your comment or question read on the show, please join down as a member down below. Join as a member down below. I don't know why I keep saying it. But okay, here we go. The first comment is from Mario El Bendicion de Dios. What's up, Chris? I don't get the hate for racial blending comic book character because it's not the original one. Spanish, black, white, or whatever. I think it's important for different groups of kids to see themselves as Batman or Superman or whatever other character. People take comics as inspiration or motivation, so let other kids see themselves as hope of Metropolis. And yeah, I kind of agree to that to a certain extent. I think in terms of comic book characters, I always believe that it should be centered around the story of the characters, and make sure the characters, whoever plays the characters, are pretty much true to that character, right? and with that, it'll be okay. You know, as long as you're true to that comic book character, then there should be no problem with what kind of race you are. Talvevi Suafua, we can guess, right? I say he will play Hawkeye. Oh, is this in regards to? I don't remember what this question was in regards to. We can guess, right? I'm guessing it's going to be Marvel. But I don't remember if I talked about Marvel in this one. Huh. I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Brandon Hayes, DC Comics passed on doing a prequel tie-in comic which would have depicted the Dick Grayson Robin dying at the hands of the Jared Leto version of Joker and how Wayne Manor got burned down. Is DC Comics owned by Warner Brother Pictures? Why the fuck would they turn that down? Isn't DC Comics struggling already? Man, I respect Zack's patience. Warner Brother Pictures is doing everything they can to stonewall him. But you know what? The passion of fans and fans' outrage will overturn things. That knowledge must feel very reassuring to Snyder and his team. One last question. Was it originally Zack's idea to make the burned down Wayne Manor into the new Hall of Justice in the Snyderverse? Or is that a Whedon idea? Isn't the Batcave under Wayne Manor? How would that work exactly? I guess it will get explained in the Snyder Cut. In Whedon's version, that was not explained very well and seemed to not make sense. Yeah, I kind of covered the first one. But the Wayne Manor, now in the distance, now the bunker when he comes out was the Hall of Justice. And then in the background of the Nightmare Vision, you can see the Wayne Manor. So, very good question. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll find out coming March 18th. Kiran Prasad, I just came back to this video and shared it to a bunch of idiots who will believe that it's the same movie. Well, I appreciate it. I did a What is the Snyder Cut in the simplest, most basic form in terms of the runtime, and I hope people, you know, at least are curious to learn more from it. So hopefully that helped out. But thank you so much for sharing that. Geek Haven Jan 86. Chris, I'm not sure if you're aware, but apparently Us and Get Out are in the same continuity. Wait, what? And I believe Jordan Peele said something along the lines of having the storyline be complete as a trilogy of films. Oh, this secret movie could be the third film, not unlike Glass or Cloverfield Paradox. In regards to Mortal Kombat, I would love to see Lewis Can's character be added as a DLC for Mortal Kombat 11. I'm sure he will, unless he is a character that we actually know hidden away as some other name. But what do you think? Maybe throw in some movie skins for good measure. But like I did in the trailer breakdown, like he looks like he had armored. He almost reminds me of one of the Attack on Titans, one of the Titans, you know, the armored one, when he looked like that. So I was wondering if that was something like how his powers work. I mean, not grow big, but like it's tough. You know, his skin is tough. But yeah, I didn't know that. So it's connected, the same continuity. How does that work? How would that? I got to read up on that, but that's interesting. But yeah, I agree. Lewis Tan's character should be added. It probably will. I mean, they've added everything else. They've added Terminator and Freddy and Jason. You know, why not? Right? It's in the movie. Manu Del Pic. Surely they have a different angle with Emma's Cruella than her skinning and killing puppies. That's something that you can sell more easily in a cartoon. Yeah, I don't know what the angle is on that, or if they're just going to go full blown. Yeah, she's a villain. But I'm sure, like, even the Maleficent trailer, it made like she was a villain, and she turned out to be a good guy in the movie. So, to counter The Last Jedi hate, it's a family fabulous film. Hard-boiled entertainment. I have a sneaking suspicion that the new character in the Mortal Kombat film is going to use the name Johnny Cage as his stage name when he becomes a star. Oh, because he's in a cage? Maybe, but, you know, we saw the trailer, and I'm starting to think he's like, what's his... Is it Takeda? Hanzo's son. I'm starting to wonder. Aloha, Chris. We must continue to educate the general public on the Zack Snyder Justice League film. Knowledge is power. Misinformation is a foe not to be taken lightly. Thank you so much. Absolutely. We got to do our part as associate producers with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's a Justice League, but it's also more. It goes into the future and it goes into the past. So does this imply Zack has a vision for a Snyderverse beyond the 5-film arc, not just JL2 and 3, prequel films of the past, and perhaps a future project of the legacy of the Batman passing on to Bruce Kent? the blood from Bruce's coffin going through the Batman logo, some becoming symbolic sperm, his legacy of doing what a man's got to do, and some remaining blood, his legacy of dying to do what a man's got to do. And so Zack does have a vision of Bruce Kent as the future Batman. By the way, Chris, if you haven't read the Elseworlds comic Speeding Bullets, I highly recommend it. What if Kal-El's pod landed in Gotham, discovered by Thomas and Martha Wayne, and so the Bruce we know is never born, and this Bruce becomes a Kryptonian Batman? Perhaps Zack and Jim Lee were inspired by this. I don't know. That's far into the future that I could ever imagine, but I was just pretty much thinking that what he meant was Zack Snyder's Justice League is the middle, Man of Steel BVS was the past, and Justice League 2 and 3 is the future. That's really, I thought, what he meant. Here's my thought about Deb mentioning the chapter guide with HBO Max's release of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Is it possible that we'll have the option to see it as a set of episodes, not just all at once as a 4-hour movie? It would be very interesting. It will certainly provide with a feeling of, oh, I'm binge watching, baby. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be on the list right there where it says chapter 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And it's kind of like or however much chapters there are, kind of like on Netflix where you see the different episodes in the season, but it's available for you right at the get-go. I think that may be how that would work. Or even like, the Hateful Eight. I think that's how more likely it would probably work like that. Chris, Henry Cavill is the best Superman in DC. It is beyond me why Warner Bros. Have not greenlit Man of Steel sequel yet. For me, Man of Steel and Dark Knight is one of the top comic book movies ever, along with Logan and Infinity War. I strongly feel Zack Snyder is the best person to handle Superman character. Also coming to Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, I liked both Wonder Woman and 1984. Patty Jenkins did a great job, but personally, her portrayal of Wonder Woman BVS and Justice League is very much inclined to comics. What do you think? Take care, Chris. Yeah, I did. I liked, Wonder Woman worked well. So I'm starting, I'm getting more conspiratorial by the day goes by in terms of Superman. Like they were ready to get like Matt Reeves doing a new Batman. It's almost like from Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman, when the Wonder Woman movie came out and they said, oh, people love that. The critics love that. We can keep her. Oh, Aquaman, they love that. We can keep him. But let's Henry Cavill's got one more on his contract for Superman. Let's just throw him in as a headless Superman, or not headless. Well, let's throw him in Shazam. And I think that's where Danny Garcia and Henry Cavill comes in and says, you know what? No, we want more. I think he's got a lot more life in him, but we want more. But, the execs over there at Warner Bros. Are like, well, they're trying to get rid of Zack Snyder's vision, right? So what do? They finish up contracts for certain characters that, for the most part, they think they didn't perform well to their mind, and they try to eliminate them. So Matt Reeves' Batman over Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck has one more appearance as Batman on his contract with Warner Brothers, and so that's why he's in the Flash movie. So, and I think that's why Henry Cavill's like saying no to Shazam, because if he had done that for Shazam, he would be nothing left on his contract. But I think maybe they're holding on to that contract just to, negotiate for more. And I think that's exactly what's happening. So, honestly, like Zack Snyder's Justice League is their savior. I mean, I don't know about Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't know if he wants to continue. But definitely for Henry Cavill, he should want that, because there is definitely more appearances for Henry Cavill's Superman within the Snyderverse, so I think that's kind of what's happening at Warner Brother Pictures, because we all know they're not the brightest pair. Emmerich and Hamada, they're not the brightest pair. They're all about their ego. They're all about themselves. It seems like a no-brainer for us in times of things, but they don't follow those rules that are normal, right? So, but we'll see. I guess it all depends on Zack Snyder's Justice League. Been waiting decades for this, and it looks damn good. So this is in terms of my Mortal Kombat trailer reaction. Hope the story and acting are as solid as the action and choreography. I think the story and acting will be as good as it can be, but I think the winners are going to be the action and choreography. They'll probably take the cake and maybe even convince us that it's like a phenomenal, right? And that's the thing that kind of blew me away with the first Mortal Kombat. The story was okay. The acting was yeah, but it was Mortal Kombat. It was cool. The music was awesome. The action was awesome. I think it's going to be the same way like this. It should be Keanu Reeves. It should be Matt Ryan. Well, why not both? I'd say an awesome Constantine film would involve both Keanu Reeves and Matt Ryan, two Constantine joining up to face a supernatural threat to the multiverse. Oh, imagine that. Constantine and the multiverse of madness. Oh, wait. I could see. Anyway, Brandon Hayes, this could be interesting. Not sure if it's possible to surpass the original. There has been at least 3 attempted reboots that failed badly. Interested to see where this goes. There was a 3rd attempted reboot. I didn't know that. I know there was, and there was a 2. I know they had some like series, internet series and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this is probably the biggest live action one we've seen to date. It's a flawless Thursday. The interview was really good, but Zack looked exhausted. He did. I was wondering if he just came back from a workout, or he's going to go on a work. Well, he's probably coming back from workout. He did seem a little tired. If Hiroyuki Tagawa has a cameo as Oh Chang-sung, I'm 100% sold. Yeah, that would be awesome to see him back, just for a cameo or something. By the way, he's a local boy. He's come. He came all the way from Hawaii. Hey, Chris, hope you had a good day. A couple times now, I heard Zach and Debbie say that the DCU has branched off or moved on now in the last 3 years. I find that interesting because I don't think it really has. Aquaman and Shazam have more than subtle nods to indicate that they are still in the Snyderverse, as we call it now. And I'm sorry, I don't think Birds of Prey needs to be considered here. Wonder Woman 1984 maybe contradicts Diana's original backstory a little bit. This is the only good thing that Warner Bros. Dumb Strategies did. I still think Zack can come back and reestablish the original DCU. What do you think? The Flash, I think, might cause the DCEU to really branch off, but I don't, for a second part, believe that Warner Bros. Has everything figured out, especially a plan to bring the league back together. They might just stick to what they have been doing for the last few years, more solo movies, but how many solo films can they do? What is after Wonder Woman 3, Wonder Woman 4? Can you imagine how idiotic it would not to do a Justice League movie, despite having Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg? I can't even make sense of what they were trying to do, but they just keep throwing the word multiverse for everything. I hope Toby and Hamada get thrown out. They have done nothing but squander their own profits over the last few years, and they don't seem to have a fucking clue as to what to do with their main IP. And I agree. Honestly, I would love if Zack Snyder, depending on his patience and everything, if he'd come back and do like the full-on movies one, right? The one of the theatrical ones. But unfortunately, with the people that are still running Warner Brothers over there, that's probably not going to happen. And until, even if they said yes, they're still going to fight like they're doing now with Zack Snyder on everything. And, to be shot down so many times can really frustrate a guy. Why would you want to work for employers like that? Honestly, he's probably happy off. He's doing it for us. He's definitely doing it for us. So we have to thank him for it. But aside from that, he'd probably be happier off going to Netflix, who has every faith in him and letting him do whatever he wants, So we got to think about his health as well. Jonathan Mueller, no one is going to talk about the panel with Great Kung Lao. If we get a flashback, it would be cool. Yeah. I wonder if we're going to get a flashback. Do you think we're going to get a history lesson for Mortal Kombat? Yeah, Zack was definitely misquoted. He never said that Batfleck married Catwoman. He just said they were together for a time, but the relationship fell apart, and he can see them trying again later in life if circumstances changed were right after all that cape shit. I noticed as soon as the video aired, people misconstruing what he had said and were running with what they wanted to hear, as they tend to do. Yeah. What's up, Chris? I was thinking, what if it was Supergirl floating in the air in front of Darkseid instead of Superman? I was also thinking, what is Adam's point of view in the nightmare world? My final thoughts, I think the last member might be Robin Kelly, because we see her in BVS. Carrie Kelly, yeah. So maybe that's important in the future. You're an amazing soul, Chris. Keep up the energy. Yeah, we still haven't really confirmed that lady is Carrie Kelly, but I can't think of any other reason. Zack wouldn't mention who that person is, so she may have been Carrie Kelly, or a stand-in for a Carrie Kelly. Now, Supergirl, that would be awesome. I could totally see that happening as well. It would make sense, being that she becomes kind of like Darkseid's Fury. So that would be pretty awesome. And the Atom, I would think, because he's from Star Labs, I would probably think he'd probably be working with the son of Victor Stone, Silas Stone, Victor Stone. So he'd be working with Cyborg in the bunker, doing all this scientific stuff, whatever needs to be done, making weapons and things like that. I think that would be Adam's role in the Nightmare world. All right, well, that is it. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love to this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.